Hey guys, and welcome back to Trading Recap Day 4. I didn't take any trades today, but I did miss some really good longs today. So let's just get right into it. So basically, what we saw today, I actually got to regraph this out real fast. This was the London session, and the first low London session manipulated was this hourly low right here. So then we were looking for longs the whole day. And then we came into market open right here. I'm gonna highlight this because it's like really easy to like figure out what it is. Let's make it a little darker. This was 9:30 at market open, and then basically all we were waiting for from there was for price to come down into this hourly low and sweep it out and just manipulate this because we were in a manipulation reversal because London session had already manipulated that low, and then it went up to go and push higher, and then we had the retracement down here. So the first entry that I did see that I didn't end up entering on, which the only reason I didn't enter off of this was because of yesterday's trade kind of like throwing me off of 1 minute break of structures, and because the risk to reward, like as you can see, it was pretty good off this trade. So I figured it wouldn't kill me to wait for some more 5 minute confirmation, which I do end up getting, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But basically on the 1 minute, like all we had was the simple strategy, just the plain 1 minute break of structure right here. And then stop losses below these lowest point of lows. And then it's just beautiful longs, honestly. Price like edges this, take profit here, comes down a little lower, and then eventually ends up hitting it. Like this is literally within about an hour you hit take profit one, and then within the next like few minutes you hit take profit two. Just beautiful longs today. So basically, off like the start of price getting opened, these were Asian session highs and London session highs, and then these get taken out during pre-market. So then after this happened, I was on the market at about like 9 o'clock here. I actually got on here earlier than usual. I'm trying to like do that more often. So then basically what happened is price came down here, swept out these hourly lows, which is what I wanted it to do. And I still didn't even take a trade today, which I'm really mad about. But I did solve something today. I'll get into that in a second. But like basically, this would have been the first entry we would have looked for. But I didn't trade off it because I was a little suspicious of these. And then like I saw it push higher, and I was like, okay, well I definitely should have entered off this. And then yeah, about 2.75 RR trade off of just take profit one. Take profit two gives us a 4.1 risk to reward. Really, really good setup today. Let's get into what we like a safer entry, which is what I was looking for today. So basically, price comes down here, sweeps out these just a bunch of lows here, tons of 5 minute lows. There's two 15-minute lows and an hourly low right here. That price comes down, sweeps out. Then we push up here, price breaks structure above this high here and this high here, and then we wait for a retracement. So basically, this is something I had to like figure out on my own today, like after I missed this move. Because normally what was like happening to me if I entered when this would happen is if price like inverts like a lot of gaps, then it like is just like probably gonna push lower. But I found out that's actually not true today. So then basically there's three fair value gaps here, right? Price takes out this first one, closes below it, that's an inverse fair value gap now. Price goes to this second one here, closes below it just barely. Now that's an inverse fair value gap. And then price hits this final fair value gap and then goes and pushes higher. So let me just like go into why these didn't work. So basically, this is the gap here from this wick here to this wick here. Price comes down into here and then does have a little bit of push higher and then goes down below it. The reason you wouldn't want to enter here is because normally after one of your third confluences have been hit, you would normally wait for a 1 minute continuation in the other direction, which would mean price would have to come up here and close above these highs. And because price doesn't do that, you wouldn't have entered. And then this gap would have basically just been gone, so you just get rid of it. Then you move on to the next gap. Price comes in here, pushes a little bit higher, and then pushes lower. The reason this does that is the same reason as before, because it didn't break structure on the 1 minute to the upside. So then it pushes below that, and then this fair value gap is gone. And then it comes down into this gap here, tickles it just a little bit with a wick, and does end up actually pushing higher, hitting our take profit 1 and take profit 2. The reason this happens is because we finally get a break of structure on the 1 minute above these highs right here with this candle closing right here. So what this entry would have looked like would have been a long off of that break of structure, stop loss here, take profit at this high right here. I'd close about half my position there. And then you would take profit at the second high right here. And this ideally, this was the trade I was looking to end up taking. The only reason I didn't was because I didn't understand what I just went over about fair value gaps. And like I normally was thinking, if a fair value gap inverses, it's a change of market structure, which that's just not true, like at all, unless it gets rid of all of them. Like if it gets rid of all of them, like if price ended up going like below this fair value gap in closing, like I would have been done trading for the day like I was today. But now I know that even if a few get inversed, if there's still one to actually trade off of, it doesn't matter because that could very well be the one that ends up pushing higher and hitting your take profits. That's just a little recap. This is the trade I should have taken. That trade wasn't as good as this trade, which was a lot better. This trade was more risky, but offered a lot better of a risk to reward. It was so risky. What else was there? So I did make a discovery on yesterday's trade, like at least in theory of why I think this trade didn't hit. It was only because price just happened to want to take out more lows, which I should have been more cautious of. So basically, it's just if there are potential lows that price probably would want to go out and sweep out before actually pushing higher, I should wait and wait for those to actually get swept and then aim to take an entry. That's like basically the only thing I could come up with for this loss. But what I've also been noticing is like I could have been taking wins like this entire week. Like I could be up so much this week if I was actually like taking trades like Tuesday. I just wasn't like on the markets in time because this is a manipulation of 15-minute highs. Price pushes up there and then it pushes lower. It's our take profit 1, hits our break even, but then it does actually go out and hit this, which will be like our. This is take profit 2. This is like take profit 3 that it would end up hitting, which is just great. And yeah, we just have a really big move to the upside. These are also all-time highs. But like even though price went up and like took out these draws on liquidity during pre-market, we still are looking for longs because of our bias and because of this draw on liquidity right here that Lone Session manipulated. I'm pretty sure that was hourly low. I'm not too sure though. But yeah, no trades today. It was just like I was just too cautious today. Like here, like honestly, it wasn't like bad being cautious here because you would have been able to find another entry and then target here and here. It wasn't terrible. It's just I need to realize that even though price inverse is a fair value gap, it still has the potential to push higher with a 1 minute break of structure. So yeah, that'll probably do it for today, guys. Pretty short video, just about 9 minutes long. No trade today. Should have had some pretty good longs today, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Hoping to take a win tomorrow, so then we can be up on the month again. Because I'm really trying to have profitable months here. How many more weeks do I have left to trade? Yeah, so by the looks of it, we have 10 more trading days left. Unless news throws us off. I wonder if we have any bank holidays this week. Let's just check that. Tomorrow's good. I already knew that. Next week. Next week's good. A lot of news on Thursday though. Jeez. Thursday's a real killer. I might not trade Thursday. Or Tuesday either. Yeah, Tuesday looks rough. Jeez, all of next week looks bad. But yeah, we have all of the next 2 weeks, the rest of July to trade. Potential profitability. And if we're profitable this month, only 2 more to go until we can attempt that funded account, which is great. So yeah, that'll do it for today, guys. Just leave a comment below if you need help with anything trading related. I'll be happy to make a video on it or help you out. And I'll see you guys next time.